The series of The Flash was made in 2014 by the director of Greg Berlanti with genre adventure action and drama and got a rating of 7.6 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is after being struck by lightning, Barry Allen wakes up from his coma to discover he's been given the power of super speed, becoming the Flash, and fighting crime in Central City. And this series has 9 seasons and 184 episodes. The series of Arrow was made in 2012 by the director of Greg Berlanti with genre crime action and drama and got a rating of 7.5 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is spoiled billionaire playboy Oliver Queen is missing and presumed dead when his yacht is lost at sea. He returns 5 years later a changed man, determined to clean up the city as a hooded vigilante armed with a bow. And this series has 8 seasons and 170 episodes. The series of Better Call Saul was made in 2015 by the director of Vince Gilligan with genre crime and drama and got a rating of 8.9 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is the trials and tribulations of criminal lawyer Jimmy McGill in the years leading up to his fateful run-in with Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. And this series has 6 seasons and 63 episodes.
Client is in the back of the courtroom.
Your Honor, objection.
Oh, Mr. Goodnight.
My brother is not a bad person.
The series of Sons of Anarchy was made in 2008 by the director of Kurt Sutter with genre crime drama and thriller and got a rating of 8.6 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is a biker struggles to balance being a father and being involved in an outlaw motorcycle club. And this series has 7 seasons and 92 episodes.
We spilled a lot of blood.
It ain't easy being king. You remember that.
The series of The Walking Dead was made in 2010 by the director of Frank Darabont with genre crime drama and thriller and got a rating of 8.1 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is Sheriff Deputy Rick Grimes wakes up from a coma to learn the world is in ruins and must lead a group of survivors to stay alive. And this series has 11 seasons and 177 episodes.
Things got crazy. And you won't believe the panic. The streets weren't fit to be on. I know how it must sound.
The series of Dexter was made in 2006 by the director of James Manos Jr. with genre crime drama and mystery and got a rating of 8.7 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is he's smart. He's lovable. He's Dexter Morgan, America's favorite serial killer, who spends his days solving crimes and nights committing them. Golden Globe winner Michael C. Hall stars in the hit Showtime original series. And this series has 8 seasons and 96 episodes.
You better be a cop.
No, forensics.
That was my favorite blood spatter analyst.
The series of True Detective was made in 2014 by the director of Nick Pizzolatto genre crime drama and mystery and got a rating of 8.9 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is seasonal anthology series in which police investigations unearth the personal and professional secrets of those involved, both within and outside the law. And this series has 3 seasons and 25 episodes.
There's no certainty.
The series of Seinfeld was made in 1989 by the director of Larry David genre comedy and got a rating of 9 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is the continuing misadventures of neurotic New York City stand-up comedian Jerry Seinfeld and his equally neurotic New York City friends. And this series has 9 seasons and 173 episodes.
I don't know what your parents did to you.
Oh, trust me. He's a bad seed. He's a horrible seed.
The series of Game of Thrones was made in 2011 by the director of David Benioff with genre action adventure and drama and got a rating of 9.2 on imdb. Also in the summary of this series there is 9 noble families fight for control over the lands of Westeros, while an ancient enemy returns after being dormant for millennia. And this series has 9 seasons and 173 episodes.
Gold.
This series Breaking Bad was made in 2008 by the director George Vincent Gilligan Jr. with genre crime thriller and drama and got a ration of 9.5 on IMDb. Also in the summary of this series, there is a chemistry teacher diagnosed with inoperable lung cancer turns to manufacturing and selling methamphetamine with a former student in order to secure his family's future. And this series has 5 seasons and 62 episodes.
The same, and I found grace in